In this video, we're diving into yet another story that's raising serious concerns about the state of UK policing. I'm going to talk about PC Ruby Baygum, once hailed as a poster girl for police diversity, and how her case has become another embarrassment for the UK police. For those who haven't heard, Ruby Baygum was paraded as an example of the Metropolitan Police's commitment to diversity, highlighting her as a Muslim woman breaking stereotypes by joining the force after her picture wearing a hijab confronting the anti-lockdown protesters was published. She was meant to embody the image of modern policing, inclusive, progressive and in touch with the communities they serve. Sounds like a perfect story, right? But no, it's turned out to be another disaster for the politicians and the senior police ranks that have put political correctness above all else in policing the UK. It turns out PC Ruby Baygum wasn't the model of inclusivity and fairness she was presented to be. She was restricted at her work after it was revealed that she had been posting inflammatory and offensive content on her social media accounts for years. Those posts included comments celebrating the death of soldiers, slurs against Jews, and showing clear support for extremist views. She was even allegedly in contact with a woman who had joined the Islamic State in Syria and had expressed an interest in the teachings of extremist preachers. So how does this happen? How does someone with these extremist views end up representing an institution that's supposed to protect the British citizens equally? But whose side do you think she would be on if she was sent to oversee a pro-Palestine protest? It's a glaring, blatant and damning failure of vetting against something that I've been going on and on about as the root cause of the problems in UK policing. I've said time and time again, see my previous videos, it's not about police numbers. You can recruit 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 police officers tomorrow if you like. It's not going to make it any better if the vetting process is not improved. Baygum's case highlights how dangerous it can be when diversity is prioritised over merit, qualifications and basic background checks. Background checks that must be carried out independently, not just accepting what the applicant says on their application forms. Because in fact, one of the allegations against Baygum is that she failed to disclose her association with a female jihadi living inside the Islamic State in Syria to the vetting unit. And also she didn't disclose her alleged interest in the teachings of extremist preachers. I mean, do you really expect her to say that on her application form? Of course she's not going to say that. It's up to the police force to check her background, which they could have easily done if they just checked her social media post. I mean, they search everyone else's social media posts. They arrest people for expressing their opinion on social media, but they didn't check her social media post to find out. Why not? Because they were so desperate to have a female police officer wearing a hijab in their ranks. Well, look how it's backfired on them now. How do you expect the public to trust the police? The police's credibility has taken a hit because instead of strengthening trust with the community by solving crime and going after criminals, they rather amplify someone for the sake of political correctness, who should have never been in the force in the first place. What's even more troubling is how this reflects a wider trend within the UK's police. With so much emphasis placed on PR exercises, on showing diversity rather than ensuring competency, the real aim of fostering trust and safety is being undermined. The public relies on the police to act without bias, yet here we have an officer whose personal views were the opposite to what we expect from law enforcement. If you've got someone like Ruby Baygum as the face of your diversity efforts, what message does that send to the communities you're trying to protect? And how do you reassure people that the vetting process won't fail again if you don't do anything about it? More important than condemning her, questions must be asked about leadership, and questions must be asked from the leadership of the police. Who approved her application? Where were the checks and balances? These are the issues that the Met and other police forces need to seriously reflect on, because it's not just Baygum's case, this is a systemic issue. Nothing must undermine proper vetting of police officers. Absolutely nothing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How can we bring pressure on the politicians and the senior police management, like the useless Sir Mark Rowley, to improve this vetting process?